I have had the incredible privilege of being a part of one of the most transformative technological innovations of our time. Facebook has changed the way we connect with each other, how we do business, and how we share our lives with the world. But my journey to success has been far from easy. It's a story of perseverance, hard work, and a conviction that anything is possible if you set your mind to it. I was born into a middle-class family in New York, and from a young age, I showed signs of being interested in computers and programming. My parents always encouraged my curiosity, and by the time I was a teenager, I was already coding and building websites. In high school, I developed a music-related software program called Synapse, which was a precursor to Pandora. I launched Synapse, and it was successful. I started thinking that one day I could build something bigger. After I graduated from high school, I enrolled at Harvard University. During my sophomore year, in 2004, I launched Facebook from my dorm room with a few friends. At the time, it was a social networking website for Harvard students only. But as we continued to develop and improve the site, we quickly realized its potential for a much wider audience. In the early days of Facebook, things were far from easy. We faced numerous challenges, including technical glitches, server crashes, and backlash from those who didn't believe in the idea of social networking. I was criticized and even sued by fellow students who claimed that I had stolen their idea, and some of my closest friends turned their backs on me. Despite these obstacles, I remained focused on my vision for Facebook. I worked tirelessly to improve the site, often pulling all-nighters and neglecting other areas of my life. I had a deep belief in the value of what we were creating, and I knew that if we just kept pushing through the difficult times, we would eventually succeed. One of the most difficult moments in my journey came in 2012, when Facebook went public. The IPO was a highly anticipated event, but it turned out to be a major disappointment. The stock price plummeted, and many investors and analysts questioned the viability of Facebook as a long-term business. But we didn't let the negativity get us down. We continued to innovate and expand the platform, adding new features and listening to our users' feedback. We knew that we had something special, something that could change the world, and we refused to give up. The key to our success has been a willingness to adapt and evolve. We've never been afraid to take risks, to pivot our strategy, or to admit when we've made mistakes. And through it all, we've remained true to our mission of connecting people and building communities. Despite the setbacks and challenges we faced, Facebook continued to grow and evolve. We expanded to universities across the US and eventually opened up to the general public. We launched new features like the newsfeed and Messenger, acquired other companies such as Instagram and WhatsApp, and grew our user base to over 2 billion people. But our success wasn't just measured in numbers. We also had a profound impact on the world. People were using Facebook to connect with loved ones, to mobilize for social and political causes, and to share their stories with a global audience. We were facilitating conversations and connections that would have been impossible just a few years earlier. Throughout my journey with Facebook, I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to share my story and inspire others to pursue their own dreams. Here are a few of my favorite speeches and quotes. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. Taking risks is an essential aspect of growth and success. In today's fast-paced and constantly evolving world, failure to take risks could lead to a missed opportunity that could have been the key for your success. If you're always playing it safe, then you'll never truly step outside your comfort zone, and you'll never know what you're capable of achieving. While taking risks may be intimidating, it's important to remember that the biggest risk in life is choosing not to take one at all. The question I ask myself, like almost every day, is, am I doing the most important thing I could be doing? Asking yourself this question is a powerful way to stay focused on what truly matters. Every day is a precious gift, and it's important to make the most of it. By constantly questioning whether you are doing the most important thing you can be doing, you'll ensure that you remain aligned with your purpose and take steps that will help you achieve your goals. It's easy to get sidetracked with unimportant things, but by asking yourself this question, you'll stay on track and live your life with intention. The thing that we are trying to do at Facebook is just help people connect and communicate more efficiently. At the core of Facebook's mission is the desire to bring people together. We believe that everyone deserves to be connected with their loved ones, their communities, and the wider world around them. By facilitating communication and connection, we create stronger relationships and help people feel less isolated. With our platform, people from all walks of life can connect and exchange ideas, helping to create greater understanding and empathy between cultures and communities. The only way to move forward is to focus on the future and put the past behind us. We can't change the past, but we can most certainly shape our future. Rather than dwelling on past mistakes or failures, it's important to focus on what we can do today to build a better tomorrow. We can learn from our past experiences and take the lessons learned with us, but we should never get stuck in the past. By focusing on a brighter future, we can move forward with hope and optimism. These quotes and speeches have helped me stay true to my vision and focus on the big picture, even when the road ahead was uncertain. Looking back on my journey with Facebook, I'm proud of what we've accomplished, but I'm even more inspired by the potential for the future. Technology is constantly evolving, and there are infinite possibilities for what we can achieve. But no matter what the future holds, I'm confident that we can overcome any obstacle and continue to make an impact on the world. My story is just one example of what's possible when you believe in yourself, take risks, and never give up on your dreams. So go out there and chase your passions. If you work hard, stay true to your values, and keep pushing forward, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video to be inspiring and thought-provoking. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more life-changing stories and motivational content. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Let's spread positivity and inspire change together. Thank you for your support.